I don't really disagree. Hold on, I cannot multitask at all. I'm not disagreeing that taking things aren't valuable, right? Alternatives to foreclosure, uh, all the other pieces that are available and downloadable, right? White label, whatever information for your particular state. Really, all you have to do if you want to take a big pile of paper that they're not going to read, they're not, right? The most valuable thing you could take is you, so that you can review what they're doing with the bank, so that when they fail to do statistically what they're going to do, let me see if this helps you make more sense of it, Arena. The value is you. So my assertion for you guys to get listings works simply like this. The value of you going to the front door and babysitting them while they fail to get a loan mod and keep their house, and then list their home so that they are either able to settle their debts or get the equity out of their home. That is what your greatest value is. Does that make sense? But the biggest thing is the copy of notice of default. I've gotten appointments. The number one thing that's put into my package, because Diana prepares it for me when I go, in a folder, the first thing in my folder on the top is a copy of their notice of default. They need to understand they're actively in foreclosure. Is that helpful? Answer your question? All right. You guys have asked a sea of questions, and I will keep answering them. Robert Hughes. I had another prospect. I like the term prospect. I had another prospect. How about deadbeat? Sorry. That's the banker in me. They are. I had another prospect tell me to just drop off the package with her attorney. How do I handle that? Just get their phone number, put them into a different follow-up cycle. That's just me. Simple as that. You know, their attorney, Robert, is basically setting them up to do a bankruptcy. And there is only one bankruptcy that will keep their house, but they're going to have to make payments. And if they fail on making those payments, they're going to lose the house anyway. I'm not here to make you guys into experts on understanding foreclosure law, bankruptcy laws. Here's the quick breakdown, Robert. Attorneys come in, they stall the foreclosure. When they can no longer stall the foreclosure, they have the client file a bankruptcy. They're basically bleeding money out of them. It's pretty sketchy. So just take down their number and follow up with them. That would be my advice. Don't spend too much time. I'll get to both of those questions in just a second. Daniel Rodriguez. We recently tagged a house and the owner was deceased. The son set up a meeting with us and both parents are deceased. We want to do a short sale. Can David help? Kind of. What is the process if parents died without a will and our list pending, right? Okay, so first of all, Daniel, he doesn't have money for a lawyer. Would it benefit us to hire a lawyer for him? It might if you make sure that you get the listing, right? What I would recommend is send me an email, leehonish@yahoo.com, and I will send it on to David and see what I can do with him. I know you're going to need an attorney. I know it's going to have to be a probate situation, and it's going to take some time, and somebody's going to have to pay for the attorney. That's what's happening on that. No way around it. It's going to need to go probate. John Sloan, what is your best answer to those who say, I don't want to go through all the garbage of giving the bank the information they are asking for over and over again. I'll just let it go to foreclosure. Let's just stop right there. I'll answer each one. I'll just let it go to foreclosure. Is there equity? Is there not equity? Right? First point. So if there's equity, it's just how much money do you think you'll be getting back on this property? Right? If there's no equity, then I would point out to the homeowner, Sean, that my point of view is very simple on this, which is you're okay with the bank chasing you for an indefinite period of time, trying to make back the money. I guarantee there's probably a HELOC or a second involved, more likely a HELOC based on the age, right? HELOCs are unsecured credit. Basically, when they become decollateralized from the property, they will send it off to collection. So the first will more than likely foreclose, leaving the HELOC free. They'll go and chase them. If they don't think that that's not going to, there's so many things about letting a house go to foreclosure that are bad. Number one, you don't plan on buying or renting anything, right? Number two, you don't plan on being employed by anybody who pulls credit, right? Can't work at the Walmart even, right? They pull credit. They're not going to let people with foreclosure on their credit. Like, that's very severe. It's bad. Okay? Those are the biggest things. Settling debts, money in the property, employment, renting, period. That's the big three, right on that one statement. Their next question is, I probably won't be buying a house again, and my credit score is going to go down anyway. That's true because it's based on 30, 60, 90 rolling rates. But once you settle the debt, you can then have a credit repair person work on repairing their credit and bringing their credit score up. We call it a boomerang buyer. So it's not correct for them to think that they'll never buy again. It's crazy. I think we're due to have either Ian or Randy on, who are associated with the program. They do credit calls, repair. So we'll have them back on here shortly. I know that it affects their credit score, but it doesn't affect general interest rates if they want to buy any large item that needs to be financed for a period of time after foreclosure. It affects everything. Foreclosure, look, I'll just say it, keep it really simple. Foreclosure affects three things, most importantly: whether they rent or buy, whether they are employed or not. Most everybody pulls credit now, right? And it affects settling the debts if it's a short sale, and it affects the amount of equity in the property. Those are the big ones in my universe. Okay? Doug Ranger, I met a person yesterday that the owner has $38,000 on his loan to the Navy Credit Union, and the new gal in charge will not entertain adjusting terms to help. He is retired from Kaiser. Do credit unions answer to the Treasury? No, they don't. Any idea who I can talk to help this uncooperative manager? Yeah, it's called escalation. I mean, but geez. They're not going to adjust terms, Doug. And I'm going to tell you why they're not going to adjust terms. He has equity, and he only owes $38,000, which means he's already gone. I kind of understand this. First of all, small credit unions are the biggest pain in the asses to deal with. That's problem number one. I mean, theoretically, there's a president or a bank manager or somebody above this pissant asset manager who's playing hardball, but they're in a really good position. And legally speaking, there ain't a whole lot you can do other than pay it current or pay it off. Know what I'm saying? They're not required by any law to give a loan modification. What would it matter if a credit union answers to the Treasury? I'm just interested in this logic. He's asking, do credit unions answer to the Treasury? Well, yeah, they're FDIC, so of course they answer to the Treasury, but they don't dictate or govern what happens at a bank. What are you going to do? Call the Treasury and force them to do a loan mod? What's the logic? I'll tell you the outcome. I'm going to do my banker impersonation, Doug. What's your plan no matter what it is? I'll tell you the outcome. I'm good at this. So your goal is to either go to my bank's president over my head or go further up the food chain to, say, the Treasury Department, which I can't even understand completely. But okay, let's just say that that's what it is. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just telling you how it is. Let's just say you go to anybody of authority above me. They will come back to me and I will lie because I am a banker. I will say that you have used egregious and you have been using very aggressive words to get a loan modification which you're not entitled to. I will then show them that you only owe $38,000. I will show that there's $100,000 in equity. I will show that your client has not paid for 1 year. No matter who my boss is, I will show them how their money is safe, and you will be out of luck. They used to have a hotline. Yeah, you're right, Doug. They used to have a hotline in the short sale days during the height of the market when it looked like somebody cares. If you think that it matters now, you would be wrong. Especially on a credit union. That's Wells Chase B of A. That's Countrywide Loans. That's back in the day, Doug. Now you're talking about a small credit union setting its own terms. As long as they've posted and done everything correctly, I would tell you to go pound sand. And the minute you go over my head, I'd make you eat concrete. Especially if I'm managing a small amount of files, which I guarantee especially a credit union, is going to be a very, very small number of files to be managed by an asset manager. Okay, so they know who you are. They know who he is. They know every tactic he's tried. They've done everything they can do to reach him. They don't have to give a loan mod. There is no law that requires giving a loan modification. Somebody show me the law that says you have to get a loan mod. I'm telling you this as a banker. We do loan mods and forbearance agreements because we just don't want defaulted files. And we did most of those things when there were equity issues. But when you've got equity and you owe very little, let me tell you how quick the fast track is on this guy. You want my opinion on what he should do? Either get a family friend or a family member to pay off the 38 grand, or get a credit card to pay off the 38 grand and start paying on the credit card. Whatever he's got to do, or sell the house. That's it. There's no way around this. I can almost tell you with 100% assurity they're going to foreclose on this guy, and he thinks he's going to stop him. And I'm going to guarantee it's an old guy, which means he's probably, with no offense to old people, me being one of them, as I rapidly approach AARP status, 55, he's not even that much older than me. So is he in the mindset of he's going to teach them a lesson, Doug? They'll never foreclose? Is he one of those nut jobs? Because that's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Because if he's in that mindset, he's going to lose this house. He has no position. Period. Oh, he has major bone damage? Then he needs to either pay him current, pay him off, or sell the house. I can see three options. Pay it off. He cannot work. He's going to lose the house. What does he want? The bank to forgive the money? Has he thought about possibly a reverse AM? I mean, you're digging a deeper ditch that way, but at 55 with a reverse AM, what are those good for? 20 years on paying and giving him money, or paying so that that's where he's at. He's in a pile of crap, Doug. Those are the options. Reverse AM, credit card. Yeah, he should take money out of his 401k and pay this thing off, so he has a house. If he's got 38 grand, then that's exactly what he should do. If he only owes $38,000 on this house, he needs to do it a lot sooner than a lot later, or he's going to lose this house. And you're going to get blamed, Doug. Let me tell you the real outcome here. If he loses the house, it's going to be your fault, because he has nobody else to blame. Welcome to working with homeowners who don't pay. They blame everybody else. That's true. All right, James Bodie. Using your script, I have used slide dial but have gotten no results. Do you have any suggestions? Yes, keep doing it. Doing it once or twice is not enough. Once a week is more correct. It is a long-term follow-up procedure. Ask to meet with them again, and that you've met with them previously. Remember, it's a generic message, right? So, hi, this is Lee. Remember, I dropped off some information that would be useful. Let me know if you'd like to meet with me and go over where you are in your current foreclosure process. Here's my number. It's a nice little evergreen slide broad